Hello everyone, welcome back to a NASCAR Authentics Wave preview. Today we have Wave 5 and 6. I will be uploading both today. But first we're going to take a look at Wave 5. Both of these waves were leaked, so Lionel was kind of forced to put out the video for it pretty much ASAP because everybody knew about it, so they pretty much had to just kind of release the video anyway. So yeah, one is a PTC mold, and one is just a standard EL mold. Hopefully we don't have any blurry decals on the EL mold, but for the PTC, we already know how that's going to go. So this is NASCAR Authentics Wave 5 for 2023, so let's go and take a look at what's inside this wave. I've seen the waves already, but I don't remember what's in it. So, you know, there's that. Again, they were both leaked, so, I mean, Lionel didn't really have a choice other than to go ahead and release them. So, let's go ahead and start off with our first diecast, which is going to be Christopher Bell in the 2023 DeWalt paint scheme. Now, the first thing I noticed, now this is the PTC mold, sadly, but the spoiler is painted, and the splitter is painted. We don't normally get that, so it looks like they're starting to put a little more detail into these PTC cards, which is weird, but if it makes them look better, then, you know, maybe the yellow's off. I'm assuming it is. There is some side-by-side comparisons from my friend OBB. We'll be putting those comparison pictures up in just a few seconds for each car, so props to him for actually doing a side-by-side showing us the difference. The PTC cars are mostly known for their terrible quality. They're really fat tires, which they fixed, so the tires aren't as bad anymore. And then there was, like, the paint's always off. Some of the decals are always screwed up. It's always something, basically. So, well, it's always several things. So, Christopher Bell, 2023 DeWalt. Here's the comparison picture, again, from OBB. Again, shout out to him. I'll have a link to his Instagram and YouTube in the description. I might put his Discord in there too. I actually need to start doing that for every video just because he's a good buddy of mine. So there's the side-by-side comparison. That's what it's supposed to look like. Again, I can't see it myself because I'll see it in editing. So I don't know how close the color really is. I'm assuming it's going to be way off because it's PTC. Next up we have Ryan Preece in the 2023 Haas Tooling diecast here. This one don't look terrible. I mean, I'm sure the red is off, but other than that, it looks pretty okay. I don't see anything super wacky or like torn up on the car. Everything looks to be okay. So maybe these PTCs, hopefully, are getting a little better. So this one doesn't look too terrible, but here's the side-by-side comparison once again, because I believe this is in the Gold Series already. Actually, I'm pretty sure all of these but one is not exclusive, I'm sorry, but is in the Gold Series. Only one of these should be an exclusive, so, you know, that's how that works. But Ryan Preece, again, the Haas car, not very terrible, but definitely could be better. We'll see how it is in person if we ever get our hands on one of these, but for now, it don't look too bad. Kyle Larson in the number 5 Syndrick Cars paint scheme. Same thing we saw last year. It don't look terrible. I know the blue has to be off on this one. There's no way it's not. I mean, I'm sure the red's off too. It looks a little darker than I think what it normally is. But, I mean, everything else looks fine. Again, I'm not really seeing a bunch of issues in terms of, like, how the decal is. But they got these pictures so far away on the announcement videos that I think they're trying to hide any decal errors or whatever. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Now, this one would be great for customs. I'm sure I'll definitely get a hand on some of these because I think there is a couple crashes I'm wanting to do with Larson and a couple race wins I'm wanting to do with Larson. I don't know. I think one of them was canceled, and I don't remember which one it was. But a lot of people hate the PTC mold, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But here's the side-by-side comparison for this card. Just that way you can kind of see, you know, how it looks. But there's that. So we're going to move on to the next one, which is going to be Alex Bowman's number 48 2023 Ally Best Friends car. Now, I know I said I don't see a lot wrong with the decaling on like most of these, but I know the front end is a exception because the front ends on these cars are always effed up. Always. So, I mean, anything else. Because it's a given for the front end to be just messed up on the Camaro cars. So yes, that I am aware of. I do know that. I'm not saying the decals are perfect. I'm just saying, other than the usual, I don't really see a lot of flaws. Same goes for this one. I do see kind of a dark orange line around the hood and the bumper. Looks to be where the decals overlapped, and it just kind of, it just mixed, and it made it a little darker. So here's the comparison picture. And, there's that. I have not had my hands on the Gold Series edition yet. I will be getting them soon, I promise. But I do not have it as of right now. Next, we have Austin's Syndrick in the 2023 discount tire paint scheme. Same thing as last year, pretty much. I don't really know if there's any differences. But yeah, so we still got the painted, I think the car's red. So yeah, we got a red spoiler back there, a black splitter. I don't know if it's accurate or not. But yeah, it's PTC, so it's really hard to kind of tell what it's going to be. Now, these are good for crash customs. These are good for just anything else but, collecting, I guess, because these cars are not very good, especially compared to the, Gold Series. Now, we do have one to talk about here soon. It's in the next wave, but there's a Ross Chastain car that has the freaking banners on it. In the Authentics, mind you. We haven't had that since 2017, I think. Early 2017 after they stopped doing that. So it's been a while. But, yeah, this car is not terrible in terms of, decal placement or anything. I can see the Cup Series is a little skewed, or the logo anyway. But here's the side-by-side comparison, just to kind of get a feel on what it's supposed to look like. This one's going to be a pretty easy pass, but that's pretty much all I got on this one. This one was a little weird. The Guns N' Roses car for Eric Jones. It doesn't look black. It looks more of like a charcoal black, or like a very, very, very dark gray. It's weird. It's almost like a special finish because I don't know. I don't know why it looks like that. It's just so weird. So the color is super off on this one, from as far as I can tell. I'm going to go ahead and throw up the side-by-side comparison now, that we can kind of see what I'm talking about. But man, that just looks terrible. From what I can see. I mean, it may be the glare on the package. I may give it some benefit of a doubt here. But it doesn't look like it. It looks like the paint is just really messed up, like, every other car here. But I don't know. It's a great car, fantastic to have, but in the Authentics line may not be the best pick. Ty Gibbs in the number 54 Interstate Batteries car. This one has already been released in the Gold Series quite some time ago. So I'm going to go ahead and throw up the side-by-side comparison here. Pretty big difference. No, I'm kidding. But I think the color is really the main thing. The lightning bolts look kind of blurry, which don't really surprise me any. Decals look pretty decent as far as I can tell. But again, that's in the package, and it's zoomed out from what I'm recording with. So, in the editing, or in the final product, I guess, you'll see it up close. But from how I'm seeing it, I'm kind of far away because I'm at my computer desk, and I'm using Lionel's video on Instagram, which is also zoomed out. So you guys may be able to see a little more than I can right now, but everything looks okay. I mean, the lightning bolts, again, a little blurry, but everything else doesn't look that bad. But with it being PTC, I'm sure it's going to be bad either way. Here's the exclusive Todd Gilliland. Yes, we have a Todd car, 2023 Generator Skills diecast. Now, just because this one is an exclusive, I'll probably pick it up. It's just unfortunate, to say the least. So I'm pretty sure this car had a reflective number on the side. I could be wrong. I'm going to show the side-by-side here. This was not made in the Gold Series, so the picture of the comparison will be the actual car. Like, that was ran on track. So, yeah, Generator Skills. It's the first time, I believe, I've seen this paint scheme and this, sponsor in general. But it's not terrible. I'm sure the red's super off, but I don't know. Everything looks fine for the most part. They fixed the wheels, which is really the biggest thing here, which I'm so glad they fixed it. It's a little more tolerable that way. So, yeah, there was a side-by-side comparison. This one, again, it's not amazing, but it's not great. It's cool to get a Todd car in the Authentics. It's not the first time, but yeah, so we're going to move on to our next diecast here, which is going to be something very disappointing. Jimmy Johnson took them forever to release this one in the Authentics line. And not only that, it's on a PTC, so it's very unfortunate, but it's the Carvana car. We've already got this before. Here's a side-by-side comparison. I'm pretty sure the roof number is darker. The whole car is dark from what I think it's supposed to be. And I believe this is also the liquid color, which obviously we can't do a side-by-side comparison because, you know, it's just not in the Gold Series. But that blue actually looks really good. It looks better in the liquid color than it does the actual standard scheme. So, I mean, that's kind of a cool thing, but, you know, I really wish it was EL mold and we would have got a very, very nice, you know, Authentics liquid color if it was on the EL mold with the Carvana car. But unfortunately, I don't think things work that way. So, with that being said, that's all I have to say for this wave. The only ones I would really be picking up is maybe a Larson or two if I'm wanting customs. The Bowman, obviously, I got to get every Bowman car that's been produced. The Gilliland, just because it is an exclusive, and if I find the liquid color chase piece, I will be picking that up too, just for obvious reasons. But, I mean, as far as the other one goes, I'm not really digging them. I mean, it's stuff we've already got. The Bell's in Gold Series, Syndrick's Gold Series, Bowman's Gold Series. We got all of them in Gold Series, but Todd. So this wave was pretty crap, to be honest, because we've got all Gold Series cars but one, and it's on a PTC. So, yeah. I'm probably going to give this wave like a 6 out of 10, honestly. It could have been better. If it was EL, it would have been at least an 8. Or maybe a 7, just because of all the Gold Series cars. But, I don't know. We're just going to have to roll with it and see how they look whenever they actually release. So with that being said, I do believe, Jesus, I can't talk. I do believe that's all for this wave preview. But I am going to turn right around and record the Wave 6 release because, of course, they got leaked. So they had to do it as soon as possible. So yeah, I'm going to move on to that, but I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.